What's good everyone, Narukami here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be starting a new series on my channel called Training Mode 101, in which I will be covering training mode and showing you guys how to use it so you can get better at fighting games. Now, the game that I'm going to be using and showing you guys training mode is Street Fighter V, but although it is Street Fighter V, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be saying is universal for most games, but there is some Street Fighter V specific stuff, and I will be pointing out for you guys so you know what Street Fighter V specific, so you don't have to worry about that if you're trying to play another fighting game. Another thing I would like to say is that this guy's going to be broken up into multiple parts. This part is going to be covering only the first page. The first page is just the basic option. So with the introduction out of the way, guys, let's just go ahead and get into this guide and cover the first page of training mode. So the first thing you do is whenever you get into training mode is press start. And whenever you press start, you're greeted with the basic settings screen. So the first option you have is restart battle. And what that does is whenever you click it, it just resets the characters to the default position, which is the middle of the screen and this distance apart. Now, it didn't look like it did anything because I was already at this distance, but if I were to move Cammy over here and then hit it, it's going to reset it to the default position. Now, the second option you have, this is Street Fighter V specific, is version select. This pertains to the V-trigger system within Street Fighter V. So if I were to click it, it allows you to change the V skill and the V trigger. So if I want to have V skill 1 for Cammy and V trigger 1 for Cammy, I can change it. And I also can change it for my opponent's character. If I want to have V skill 1 and V trigger 2 for Ken, I can do that. And then it changes the V trigger and V skills. Now, the third option right here, character / stage select, it's pretty self-explanatory. If I were to click on it, and I'll click on it so I can show you guys what it does, but if I click on it, it just takes me back to stage select, starting select. So
hey, I was waiting for you.
Okay, so now onto this option right here, start position. What this is it changes the start position. You have three different options. You have center, left corner, and right corner. What this does is it changes the default position of the character. So if I click right corner, it changes the default position to right corner. So just like if I were to move and click reset battle, the characters are going to go back to the right corner. Now it also works the same if I click it for left corner. Boom, the default position is now left corner. So if I do the same thing, it's going to reset to left corner. Now here you have side settings. What this does is it changes the side. So if I'm on one player side and I want to go to the two player side and click restart battle, I'll now be on the two player side, and then you just go back to one player side on the left side. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. So now on to this option right here, attack data. If I were to turn this on, what this does is it shows the damage, the stun, the combo, the damage scaling, the attack level, and the frame data of a move. Now, some of these options right here, they're strictly for Street Fighter V, because most fighting games typically don't have the frame data in the training mode. Street Fighter V is one of the games that happens to have that, which is pretty nice, so you guys don't have to look at frame data. It also has another couple of options in here that are specific to Street Fighter V, such as stun. Now there are some games such as KOF that do have stun as well, but for the most part, the other options are universal. So if I were to do a combo, you're gonna see like some numbers pop up. So if I were to do like a standard jumping combo with Cammy, boom. If you look at Ken's data, it tells you how much damage was done. So that combo did 300 damage, it did 495 stun, and it was a 4-hit combo. And the last hit, which was the DP, did 75% of the normal damage that it was supposed to do. And it tells you whether the attack was a high or low. So that was a high attack. And so that's what the attack data is there for. It just gives you these options for the characters. And now I do want to show this. I won't really explain this, but if I would have set the character to guard all, it it tells you how plus you are. So I'm +3 right here if I do this normal, and I'm -3 if I do this normal. So that's something that's not really unique to Street Fighter V, but it's something that's not really done in most fighting games, because most of them, as I said before, don't display the frame data. So now onto this option, frame advantage and color. What this is another Street Fighter V specific option, but what this does is if I were to turn this on, it will tell you if you're a plus or negative depending on the color. So if I'm blue, that means I'm plus. If I'm red, that means I'm negative. So I'm red right here, that means I'm negative. I'm blue right here, that means I'm plus. So it just gives you a color visual representation of frame data, which is pretty cool, and I think more games should do that. Okay, so now onto this option, key display. Now I wish you had it on, but I'm gonna turn it off and I'm gonna show you guys why. So we're gonna turn this off. If you guys see me just moving around, you see nothing, right? But if I turn on key display, now you see directional inputs happening and button inputs. What key display does, it shows you every input that you're inputting into the game. So if you're having a trouble doing a specific motion, turn on key display and it'll help you do that motion. So say for example you want to do quarter circle forward punch, which is typically like fireball move, but Cammy doesn't have a fireball move. I'll take that back. Say I want to do Cammy's fireball move, which is quarter circle forward kick, which is her spiral. Boom. If I do that, it shows me that I'm doing the motion correctly. Now if I try to do the motion incorrectly, the move won't come out. So yeah, the move's not coming out. But if I do the motion correctly, boom. So if you're having execution errors, I really encourage you guys to turn this on, because this is going to show you whether you're doing your moves correctly, and it's going to help you with your execution. So now onto this option, you have a command list. This is universal in fighting games. This is command list for the character that you're playing, but in most games you should be able to access the master command list for different characters. With Street Fighter V, if I hit X, I can access the master class list. So say I want to look at the commands of another character, like, I don't know, like Ryu or something, then it's gonna pull up his special moves, his unique attacks, his V system, his critical art, and his shoulder throw. And so that's what your command list is. It just tells you your character's moves. So if you don't know your character's specials, just go to command list and it'll tell you everything you need to know about your character. This is a tool you should definitely familiar yourself with if you want to know what your character is going to do and how to do your character's special moves. This, and combined with key display, will help you master your character specials. So now we're on the controller settings. I click this. This is your controller settings. This is where you can change your controls. And I'm not going to do that because my controls are set fine. Here you have shortcut settings. What this is just a list of shortcut settings for the different options in training mode, which are assigned to different buttons on a controller. Like, I can't take advantage of this because my stick doesn't have the buttons that the default shortcuts are set to. So like if you have a PlayStation 4 controller, you have like a little middle pad and like the left clicks and right clicks or whatever, you can take advantage of this menu. So now we have the save state status. Now what this does is it saves the state of the game. So say if I want to practice like a set play or whatever, say if I do this, okay, I messed up. So say if I do this and then click save state, it saves that state of the game. So it's saved when I hit DP. Now you're going to combine that with replay save status. So if I click replay save status, it's going to go to whenever I click the save set for, which is after the DP. So that situation all the time is going to be saved in the game, and it's going to keep happening over and over if I hit replay save status. Now again, you can take better advantage of this with the shortcut settings because it has the shortcuts for this, but I can't take advantage of this. So that's what save status and replay status is. On this Street Fighter V specific, this is a network fight request setting. This allows you to set up if you want to play rank or whatever, or casual. So if I turn these on and hit X or whatever, it's gonna put me in the rank queue. Just turn that off. And then here you have the restore default settings. So if you were to click it, it's just going to restore everything to the default settings, which is center, left, stage, off, off, off. And then the final option is to go to main menu. So anyways, guys, that covers the whole first page of training mode, which is the basic settings. Let me know if this guide has been helpful for you guys and getting you started a little bit with training mode. Like I said before, the rest of the pages will be covered in other guides, but I just want to give you guys this in bite-sized information so you guys can digest it, and if you need be, you can rewind it and not have too much of your time taken up. Anyways, guys, if this guide has been helpful for you, leave a like, and if you enjoyed the video, why don't you maybe consider subscribing and also clicking the notification bell to get a notification bell for whenever I do drop another upload, because we are pushing out videos multiple times a week, including consistent tutorials, and you don't want to miss them. Anyways, guys, remember the 2 greatest commandments of all: love your Lord God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. Take care, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.